Well, I've been waiting to make this video for literally years. This is the unboxing of the silver play button that YouTube sent me for crossing the 100,000 subscriber threshold. So thank you for being a part of this. I'm going to tell you what it means to me. I'm going to unbox this. I'm going to answer some of the questions that you sent me in several weeks ago. This reminds me, this moment, of the time where the athlete, gets asked by the reporter after the game. They put the mic in their face and say, "How does it feel to win the big game?" How does it feel, that word feel? Well, it feels incredible. I have been so excited to hit 100,000 subscribers and to get the silver play button. It's one of those milestones that channels strive for and hope for. And I'm really blessed and super grateful to have reached this point. But more than anything, it symbolizes to me the process, the work. I really enjoy making videos and running a YouTube channel behind the scenes as well. I like the whole process. And I don't know what the future holds, but I do believe we always need something to look forward to. And so this point along the way is a point for us to celebrate, but also for me to start thinking about what's the next chapter for this channel. Where do I want to see if I can go from here? So I just am super grateful. We're going to unbox this in a second. And first, I just want to thank a few people. I want to thank my wife. She was the one who encouraged me to do this when I had the idea back in the day. I want to thank my son, who's about 13 right now. He has been encouraging behind the scenes as well. So if you're watching, then thank you, Champ, for being such a supporter. Neither of them ever want to be on camera, but they're there for me. Those two people mean more to me than anything else in this whole process. And I especially want to thank you, the subscribers and viewers, for tuning in, for being part of this journey with me. Whether you're brand new to the channel or you've been here since the beginning in 2016, I really appreciate it. So thank you. And so now I'll unbox this and then we will answer some of your questions. Here, I've got my key knife, or knife as I like to call it, from SOG. I'm going to cut this open for the very first time. And I've crossed out my address here and all the vital information so nobody gets weird. Looks like there's another piece of tape here. YouTube sends this out directly from the company, as I understand it. I'll open the box, a little foam inside, and a letter that YouTube sends out. I'm not going to read that right now. It's a basic letter that everybody gets, but it says congratulations and things like that. And here it is. Here is the silver play button. I'm so thrilled. Each one of these is personalized when they send them out. And it says my name on it. I don't know if you can tell here, but it says my name and 100,000 subscribers. It's a silver play button. And the first thing I'm noticing is that this is a really neat mirrored area. Maybe you can see the camera back there, the lights or something, and this is hollow. I thought this was all solid, smooth over it, but you can put your finger down into this sort of play button hole right there. So what I'm gonna do, boy, am I excited about this. It just says presented to Alex Lyon for passing 100,000 subscribers from YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is mount it. My plan is to mount it over here so you can see it in the background in future videos. Although I just recorded a bunch of videos that I'm going to post for the next few weeks. So this is going to go up. You'll see this in videos after the next batch. But anyway, here it is. Thank you for being a part of this. So now let me read some of your questions and do my best to answer them. First question, what is it in your upbringing that inspired you to do this? Richard from Ottawa, Canada. Love Canada. Only been there a couple times, but I love it. Well, first of all, nothing exactly in my upbringing inspired me because I was young a long, long time ago, but my mom's a teacher. My dad was a teacher and also a professional musician. And so my mom brought this kind of good discipline, hard work ethic. My dad brought this creativity. I also did music for a while. And I think those two sensibilities of teaching plus a creative angle made me want to do something like this. That was part of who I was from the beginning. I also saw a lot of other channels after I became a teacher that were doing this kind of thing. Carl Kwan has a great channel, Connor Neal, Dan O'Connor. These are guys that I saw ahead of me that inspired me. Hello, my name is Caroline. I am from one of the Pacific Island countries called the Solomon Islands. What inspired you to become a public speaker, and how do you know that you communicate well to somebody or a group of people that you're talking to? Well, my friend in college, John, said, you should try to major in communication. I think it would be a good fit for you. Because I didn't have a good major at the time. I was looking for something, and he knows me pretty well. So I started taking communication classes, loved it, started speaking publicly in workshops right after I graduated undergraduate, and I have been doing it ever since. In terms of how do I know I'm communicating well, I just look for feedback. I just look for what do people look like when I'm talking. If they look confused, I try to explain it better. If they are on board, then I keep going forward. Hi, I'm Karen from Canada. Whoa, Canada's in the house tonight. What is the single biggest challenge you have faced as a communication expert? And what have you done to address this challenge? The biggest challenge is translating complex research and theory ideas into something practical. In the classroom, I have all semester to help students develop insights about themselves and develop skills. But when you're in the professional setting, I might have an hour to talk to an executive, to talk to a team about what's going on with them. And they want answers to their problems. They want solutions to what's going on there. So the hardest thing to do, and the most challenging thing, the thing I think I get paid for when I consult and do workshops, is take everything that's out there and distill it down into something usable and practical. Boil it down so that they can solve their problem. What is your special why, your motivation that gets you up and moving every day? Melissa from Blaine, Washington. She says that's the most northwest place in the USA. Well, I love to teach. That's my why. I feel like teaching is a God-given calling for me. I'm super driven to do that. That's my why. That's my purpose. So everything I do comes from my desire to teach and help people become essentially the best version of themselves that they can be. And I love being a part of that. What do you feel are the top 3 things you have done to gain 100,000 subscribers? Tracy from Indiana. I could probably do a whole video on this, but my 3 top things that I have done, these are principles, not tactics. I seek out good advice, and then I put that advice into practice, and then I never stop. I don't look back. I don't second guess it. So I learned a lot from, and I'm still learning from, channels like Video Creators with Tim Schmoyer, Sean Cannell's Think Media, Roberto Blake's channel, Justin Brown's channel, Primal Video. I just go get that good advice, and I don't really second guess it. If they say to do something, I say, okay, let's do it. So that's my quote, my superpower, if you will. I look for good advice, I put it into practice, and I don't look back. Hi, Alex. I'm Sandra from Barcelona. Would you share and recommend your favorite books on communication, leadership, and coaching? I always recommend as my number 1 book that I think people should read. It's called So Smart But: How Intelligent People Lose Credibility and How They Can Gain It Back, by my friend and mentor, if you will, Alan Weiner. I have had him on the channel. I've talked about his book many times. So Smart But. I will put a link to that in the description below. There is pure gold on every single page of that book. I highly recommend it. Hi, Alex. My name is Oscar from Mexico. I always try to look at how I can get close to what a leader is. If you have to give advice on one single trait to develop to be a great leader, what would that single trait be? Thank you. Congratulations on your milestone. Well, first of all, it's really hard to boil it down to a single trait. I get asked that a lot. Leadership's more complicated than that. But if you're making me pick just one, then I would say good character. I think you can be intelligent, you can be passionate, you can have vision, but if you don't have good character underneath it, everything else is going to crumble eventually. So I always strive to be someone that has good character, and I really admire that in the leaders that I have gotten to know. So thanks for writing in with your questions. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for being part of this journey and subscribing and sharing and doing all you do to comment. I really enjoy that. And while we're on the topic, please say hello below one more time in the comment section. I read all those comments, and as long as they're not something weird, I try to respond to every single one. So thanks. Until next time, God bless, and I will see you soon.